response to Maya Twer. I cannot pronounce your name, I'm so sorry. And your new video on gay men and spirituality. Um, Firstly, I have to point out, I love Sister Unity. She is so awesome. My new favorite YouTuber is Sister Unity. Go, youtube.com/sister with a capital S, Unity with a capital U. Go right now. I love her video on Berdash. But now, I'm going to talk about gay men and their place in spirituality. I'm going to go back to the two-spirit thing, because you briefly touched upon that in your video, and Sister Unity also talked about that in her video. So, two-spirit peoples of the Native American tribes were basically either men who took on functionary roles as women, and also could dress as a woman, and, obviously vice versa for the women who were two-spirit. Now, the cool thing with two-spirit people is they were able to maintain both sets of roles, not exclusively feminine, not exclusively masculine. And I like to kind of go where I have most theory, even in psychological theory, no one's 100% gay, no one's 100% straight, there's always gray area. You are not 100% white, you're not 100% black, there's always everything. Nothing is white and black, nothing. So, about two-spirit people. Two-spirit people were seen as extremely powerful spiritually. It wasn't like, oh, they're a faggot. The French called them that, the Berdache, but it's a reclaimed word, so don't worry about it. What they were seen as so powerful, greatly spiritually fertile. All pagan religions are based on fertility, which is a masculine and a feminine coming together. And as you pointed out in your video, it doesn't have to be a vagina and a penis to be all crude. It can be masculine and feminine forces inside someone. I always think of, goddesses who are able to give birth, but are still virgin goddesses. And that's the whole Mary thing. But Athena was a virgin goddess, yet she had children. We have, all sorts of, just kind of splitting of goddesses. So I believe it's a masculine and feminine force coming together. Now, with two-spirit people, the men would take on, very, very high spiritual platforms, the men two-spirit. What they would do is they would be the shamans, the fortune tellers, the people who could basically control the spiritual destiny of the group. They did everything. And the women were more like spiritual warriors, to use a god warriorism. They were like spiritual warriors. And a lot of time, you would see them going out, the women, it's a true story, the women two-spirits would go and they'd be gathering herbs and, vegetation for the tribe, and another tribe would come across, and when they would try to attack those two-spirit women, they would all fight back, and the second that they realized that they were fighting back, they knew they were two-spirit, and they would flee, because they had so much power in their mind, in that whole stereotype kind of thing, where the other tribe would instantly run away because they feared the power of the two-spirit. It was extreme. Also, relations with two-spirit people, it wasn't like, well, you're a male two-spirit, so you are only with males. Because they would actually do male two-spirit with a woman or with a man. It didn't matter, because sexuality, the way we can perceive it, wasn't really that major to most, pre-urban societies. It was totally not, major. Look at the Greeks with their homosexuality and Celts and things. It was there, it was existent, and it wasn't thought so horrible. So, however, another thing that I found interesting was two-spirit people would never be in a relationship together, because that was almost incestuous, because your spirits were each other. So that was an interesting point I found. So we move on with the gay men and spirituality. Part of the two-spirits social roles even existent now in the belief of two-spirit, they have to have knowledge of ritual and the craft that they perform. They have to have knowledge agriculturally about every little thing, like illnesses. They have to have medical knowledge. They are the intelligentsia. They are the higher intelligence people. They have to know custom and ritual and all sorts of crazy stuff. But that's because two-spirit people have, such power in them as it's perceived. And I think that's really cool and really inspirational as a gay man. I see that as reaffirming my place. Because I'm in Wicca, I'm Wiccan. And here I am lost in this jungle of masculine, feminine, goddess, God, creation, blah, blah, blah. And I found my place. I am the Hierophant in its highest place. I am the high priest. I am the high priestess. I am up there. I have to have the knowledge of the ritual and the craft, just as the two-spirit. I got to take on and carry that torch. That's why I strive for the knowledge that I have, because I know that back in history, the gay people were the ones who had the knowledge of all the craft, the ritual, and the traditions, and that's something I aspire to carry on the torch. So you're in Wicca in modern day, and you have things like masculine, feminine forces, and Great Rite, Chalice, Athame. Why does the Chalice have to be the mother goddess? Why does the Athame have to be the god? Because you can pin on some other representations here. It's not too hard to put it together in a more modern kind of rite where there's the receptive and the dominant kind of forces coming. I'm not going to explain sex, God. Anyway, but yeah, it's not very hard to stretch your imagination around those kind of symbolic things. But it's still that same symbolism of a projective energy and a receptive energy coming together. I feel like I've ranted in this video, but oh well. I think I got my point across. So basically what I'm saying here is social functionary was all about religion with two-spirit peoples. As gay people, as gay men specifically, we should be trying to carry on the tradition of the two spirits and strive for the utmost knowledge in our craft and our ritual and our traditions. And thirdly, we're just pretty cool because we've even reworked creation myths and the symbolisms of masculine and feminine. So, all in all, I'm pretty proud to be gay and Wiccan. So I think with that, I'm just gonna go, and peace out, YouTube.